Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show with your host, Bill Shelton. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Welcome to the first show of the second season of the MichiganGolfer.tv. The Sandhills of North Carolina have been named the world's third greatest golf destination by Golf Digest magazine. Our reporter, Thad Gutowski, recently had the opportunity to spend several days in the Pinehurst area. You know, Thad, as a young man, I started going to Pinehurst area to play golf, and it still probably is my favorite golfing destination in the world, frankly. I enjoyed the Sandhills area so much. Back in those days, and it has been a while now, there were only a few golf courses. That area has really exploded in golfing opportunities, hasn't it?
It certainly has, Bill. In fact, when you talk about the first trip you made, my first journey to that area was in the late 60s when Foxfire opened, which was a destination almost by itself. But since then, and the whole Pinehurst area offers something that I've been unable to find any place in the world, and that's a special ambiance. It has the history going back until the late 80s when you got the Pinehurst Resort, which has 8 courses, along with the famous number 2, and a 9th that's going to be opening relatively soon.
Well, why don't we take a few minutes and watch the tape that Thad brought back about the Sandhills golf area.
There are a few places that stir the golfer's senses more than Pinehurst, North Carolina, a destination area that actually includes 3 places: Pinehurst Village, Southern Pines, and Aberdeen. Now, most people are very familiar with the world-famous Pinehurst number 2, Donald Ross's self-proclaimed masterpiece, which in 1999 hosted what many people feel was the greatest U.S. Open ever. But Pinehurst is actually made up of a lot more than just Pinehurst number 2, and like a kid in the golfer's candy store, you may find that you actually have too much to choose from.
That's the one problem you're going to have when you come here, and that's deciding which golf courses you're going to play. It's a nice problem to have. There are 42 golf courses here, and there are right around 40 different resorts and accommodations.
The Pinehurst area is known as the home of America's golf course architecture. Where else could you play courses designed by a virtual who's who of golf's premier architects?
Oh yeah, the architects in the Sandhills consist of Ellis Maples, naturally Donald Ross, who did the famed Pinehurst resort courses and Mid-Pines, Pine Needles, but he's also developed some of his assistants, such as Ellis Maples and Ed Sahi, and Arnold Palmer's designed some, Dan Maples, Reese Jones, Jack Nicklaus Jr., Mike Strantz. There's just a wide variety of architecture.
Recently, Golf Digest designated the area as one of the top 3 golf destinations in the world, and they ranked a number of factors, but the top 3 are Pebble Beach, St. Andrews, and the Pinehurst Southern Pines area. So I think that really makes a strong statement for the quality of the golf destination. More and more people are putting it on their list of places that they have to play in their lifetime in terms of golf destination.
Picking one of those great facilities, the Legacy Golf Links is a unique blend of the past and the present, a modern design with a heritage of tradition.
I think that Legacy, they'll get a very playable, well-maintained golf course. Here at Legacy, our goal is to make their stay as good as every day at their home club. We know that that's possible. We try to give the amenities of an upscale private club here at a daily fee club as well. The 18th hole here at Legacy is known as the Bear. It takes its name because of Jack and the difficulty of the hole. It's a 450-yard par 4 over water with a stone wall. A good drive leads you with a long iron to a real good drive to a mid-iron. When we hosted the Women's Amateur Public Links here for the USGA, they played the hole as a par 5.
Another place you can test your skills is Wood Lake, a place that offers 2 terrific 18-hole courses.
Wood Lake was originally developed in 1971. The original golf course here was designed by Ellis Maples. In 1989, the owners here asked Dan Maples, Ellis's son, to come in and do another 9 holes, and they actually wound up doing 10 holes. The first hole started off to be a par 3, so they decided to do a short par 4 to be the first hole. So you had a little warm-up hole there. So it was a 27-hole facility for about 7 years. Then in 1996, Arnold Palmer came in and finished Dan's 9 to give us what we now call the Palmer course and then the Maples course.
While you're there, be sure to check out the historic clubhouse at Woodlake.
The clubhouse, this house here was actually renovated and brought over from area Fayetteville, North Carolina. This house was built in 1790. We purchased the home, brought it over here in pieces, in 6 pieces, brought it over and put it back together, and then added on to it. So we've got a very large dining room which overlooks the lake here. The pro shop is on the other side, and it's got a small upstairs area which used to serve as a members area. Now we've since built another area, so now we have some office space there. But it's a very special place.
Other must-sees in the Pinehurst Village area are the Pinehurst Hotel, Dugan's, and the Crest Inn, all of which are mainstays. For something really unique, that Crest Inn has a very special significance for golfers.
Being in the heart of Pinehurst, Donald Ross, being a past owner, I guess, for the the historians, it's like where all the people gather in Pinehurst. All the regulars, the people who live here, all the resort guests. I guess if there was a center of Pinehurst, I would say it would be the Crest Inn is where people gather.
The Pinecrest is one of our golf packagers hotels. It's a bed and breakfast. Its tradition has been lost in that restaurant many a night and Mr. B's. Actually, Donald Ross used to own that restaurant, or own a hotel, and the Bennett's purchased it about 40 years ago, and it's just where everybody goes when they're in Pinehurst. You got to go to the Pinecrest Inn. They have a unique feature in the bar where you can chip into the fireplace. They have a padded circle down there when the bets are heavy and they're settling up from the golf course during the daytime. They can go over there and chip into the fireplace. A lot of memorabilia in there, and just golf as it was 100 years ago.
Now, presiding over these chipping contests is a portrait of one of the past owners of Pinecrest, the legendary Donald Ross himself. And just to let you in on a little bit of a local rule, hitting the portrait is definitely out of bounds. Just a chip shot away from the Pinecrest is the Tufts Archives at the Olmsted Library. And if you like reading about the history of golf, the archives offer an extraordinary history of golf in America.
For those people that are interested in history, one of the great places to go is Tufts Archives, and they really have kept a complete history of the whole village of Pinehurst, and really a lot about the game of golf. During when the U.S. Open was contested here in 1999, there were a lot of writers that came in and did stories and wanted to go back and track the history of golf. And when they went into Tufts Archives, they found that it was literally like a Library of Congress, if you will, for golf. I mean, it had all that kind of information that talked about really one of the first driving ranges that was ever developed was at Pinehurst. The first miniature golf courses, believe it or not, was there as well. There's lots of great history, and it's again a fairly small building. A lot of people remember the World Golf Hall of Fame, which used to be located in our area, but you'll find, which covered golf from the whole world, but you'll find more sort of an intimate setting, more history on golf in Pinehurst and the Tufts family and Frederick Law Homestead there than you could ever read if you stayed there for a whole month. So it's a wonderful stop for anyone interested in history.
So what, you may ask, is the savvy way to make plans to visit the Pinehurst area?
If somebody's looking to book a vacation, a golf vacation in the Sandhills area, they can call us at 888-926-4653 and request one of our golf guides which list all of our members, or they can go right to our website at www.sandhillsgolf.com, and there's a comprehensive listing of everything that's in the packages for them in there.
I think we're as affordable as anybody. I mean, I know the golf has gotten more expensive over the years, as everything has, though. But I think there's definitely value seasons and great packages for people here, as in other destinations. But that's a label that I think has come with Pinehurst, and I don't necessarily agree with. I think that you can build a package to play the elite of the elite golf courses, and yeah, you're going to pay for that. But also, I think you can play great golf courses, in our value season as well as, our peak seasons, and make it affordable.
There simply is no other place like it on earth. The Pinehurst Sandhills area offers golfers a fantastic opportunity to learn about the history of the game, to enjoy themselves, and to experience golf the way it was almost 100 years ago. The way, according to this savvy golfer, that it should be today.